So what are you talking about?
YouTube. Good morning. This is OGMarv. I'm host of OGMarv Whispers. I know I haven't been on here in a while. I felt like getting back in the saddle this morning. Talk some shit. You probably crack up or you cry, one or the other. Hope I don't cry. I know some of the shit I'm going to say is, I know it's going to piss some of my family off. I don't give a fuck. Because I'm done. I'm fucking done. I am fucking done being a father to my children. Don't get me wrong. I love my kids. I love my kids a hell of a lot. May not sound like it right now. I'm a little ticked off. I had one of my kids tell me yesterday, I got still a couple of minor children, that I'm supporting. Their dad worked his fucking ass off, and I'm now 66. I'm being rewarded for all that work by being allowed to collect my Social Security benefits. Not SSI. Don't get it fucking twisted. I wasn't no lazy ass motherfucker with issues or some dumb fuck that just wants to sit up and live off somebody else's work. I got a couple of that shit going on in my family as well. One of the moms of my children has decided she doesn't even need a job. She can just sit at home, lay on her back and fuck when the kids are at school or gone, or take them somewhere and go to some nigga's house and lay up and do another goddamn fucking thing that's constructive. I'll be honest, I don't know what the fuck she's doing. But I can tell you this one, I do know this. Whatever she's doing, it ain't doing her no motherfucking good. Okay? Okay. It's her life. She has the right to do whatever the fuck she wants, but I also have the right to talk shit about it because I ain't with it. I was taught to work. I was taught that if you don't work, you don't eat. Yet this bitch has found a way to not work and eat. Hasn't part. Not have to do a motherfucking thing for it, but fill out some paper. Because I'm taking care of the bitch. I'm taking care of the bitch because I'm being forced to by Social Security because I was ignorant. So let's start with Social Security Administration. Getting to be a senior citizen. I've learned it the hard way, but if you people decide to watch this little show, I'm gonna give you some education and some knowledge about what to do, what to look out for. I got put in the trick bag by not knowing. I'll be honest, I'm not savvy when it comes to knowing how to live on somebody else's shit or how to avoid going to work. I never even wanted to do that. I liked working. I was a bus driver. I was a skip trace artist for Wells Fargo Bank. I worked security for the Oakland Athletics, Major League Baseball. I'm proud of all that. Oh, did I leave out I was a correctional officer at San Quentin State Prison. I bet you guys who grew up with me didn't think I had the balls going there. I had the balls and I went in there. I made good money. Was I scared? Goddamn right I was scared when I first got there. I'll tell you a little story. My first day out of the academy. And it's like on the bus. You know, when you first come to a company, you're the last hire, you can get all the shitty work. Well, the shitty work in San Quentin is working the lower yard. Especially if you don't know shit, you just got here. My post was to walk around the lower yard and make sure that, inmates ain't out there smoking dope or cutting each other, killing each other, doing fucked up shit that inmates do. So I'm out there and I'm walking on. Look, thank God they put me on day shift. Like I came to work in the morning. I got off at like 4 o'clock, I think. So I'm out there. I reported to the sergeant, and he told me, basically what to go out there and do. So I got out there, and I was shitting gold bricks, baby. And I was trying to, I wasn't trying to look all hard because, one of the things they taught us in there is that, you get respect by earning respect. It's true. You respect the prisoners, they will respect you. And I can tell it now. I smoked weed when I was a correctional officer. I'm a cop. I'm a fucking, because, back in those days, correctional officers were 832 PC certified. I have taken the peace officers training, the peace officer standard training, post. Post is good for life. Well, it was back then. I think now they have to re-up it or some shit. But back in those days, when I was there in the 80s, and the rules were a lot different, and I have a lot more authority than people that are doing it now. And so I got out there and I walked around for a little while. I'm looking at all these big motherfuckers, these big Mexicans and big black motherfuckers sweating, dumbbells and shit. And I'm all of 100 and maybe 55 pounds. I've never have been a big guy. People that know me from being a kid, I was always a small kid, and I'm relatively a small man. And fighting is not my thing. Okay, I was a lover. I got 17 kids, 12 baby mamas. I wasn't into boxing and shit. When them niggas out there being in gangs and doing that stupid shit, I was somewhere, getting me some pussy. Anyway, getting me some pussy is why I'm in the shape I'm in today. It wasn't smart, I wish I had more insight, or more. I just should have been fucking smarter, man. I shouldn't have been such a damn cock hound, but I was. I was good at it back then, But as you get older, that kind of fades away. So now I'm still paying for it. I'm paying for it by having been a good employee, having worked all my life, and having reached the age of being able to not have to work no more, still get paid. I've reached a point where I'm now taking care of people like the lady I was describing earlier. And as it turns out, I'm finding out that the other lady that I have one child by, who I thought was my friend, I've been knowing her since she was 15 and I was like 30 something. She's 50 something now. I'm 66. We've been knowing each other a long time. Too long for her to be doing the shit she's doing now. So last night I called my daughter by her. Christmas, I bought my daughter a phone. Brand spanking new. And, this is something I wanted to do. I was feeling good about buying her a phone. And, I told my daughter, I said, I love you. I'm your father. This is the first time I've really been, in a position to do something for you besides just hand you a check or a plate of food. And so I took her to the Metro store and bought her a brand new phone for Christmas. I let her pick out what she wanted. I couldn't afford no goddamn iPhone, okay? I'm gonna tell you something. Them iPhones are so goddamn overrated. I'm a techie. I love gadgets. I read about them. I get them sometimes, experiment with them. If I like it, I keep it. If I don't, I don't. I get rid of it. I've had gadgets I didn't like and wasn't able to take back to the store. I threw the motherfucker away. I keep shit that I don't like or that doesn't work. I don't like that. And so, iPhones, this bitch was at the Metro store trying to sell me an iPhone. All right. So out of curiosity, I asked her, I said, how much is it? She said, roughly a little over $1,000. I said, are you fucking out of your goddamn mind? I'm never in this motherfucking life, as long as I'm fucking tan, high yellow, am I gonna ever pay $1,000 motherfucking dollars for a fucking device? I don't pay $1,000 for this goddamn computer. And it's a good ass computer, okay? It works real good. Part of it's because I know what the fuck I'm doing, but part of it's because the Hewlett Packard people make pretty good computers. Hell, I haven't got so far in high tech. I know how to broadcast. I'm actually talking to you. Nobody's in my thing, so nobody's listening to me right now. But people like to come back and once I let them know. Well, I did post on Facebook that I was going to go make a live broadcast. Nobody hasn't decided to join me, but that's okay. I'm used to that because see, even if they were here, I'd pretend they weren't here anyway. Because if I thought about them, damn, there's my daughter. Oh, damn, there's my son. That might, you know, alter how I'm going to make my delivery. Because, a lot of times, things I want to say offend anybody. It's like sometimes I want to talk about relationships, but, um, I don't want to offend Mary because if I say something she don't agree with or don't like or gets offended by or takes the wrong way, I'm going to have to explain that, and that's going to be another 30, 45 minutes. Mary can talk her ass off. She drove bus to school with me at AC Transit. A lot longer than me, though. But see, Mary was, what do you call it, a social butterfly. She liked people. Talk her ass off. That's a tip. Up from the road here, she got to telling me some stories about the bus and shit. And I'm going to tell you something. No offense to you, babe, but I don't give a fuck about that bus, okay? I loved it when I worked there. I'm proud of the work I did there. One of my Facebook pages even has a picture of AC Transit bus in my background. I was there for, I was there. I kind of, somebody, I was supposed to be getting somebody to look into that because supposedly I only missed it by a month of being there flat 10 years. That's a little fishy to me that it was a month. I know, but AC Transit does that shit. They'll try to get you out of there. They'll let you work fine and dandy. Like the first 5 years you work there, it's a wonderful job. They love you to death. The next 2 or 3 years, we still love you, but we're trying to figure out what we're going to do with you. And the last few years, they're going to figure out how to get your ass out that door, but they have to pay you. Get tenure. You got to get your pension. I miss my pension. I'm going to go see if I can get somebody to look into that. But anyway, back to the family thing. So, I worked. I thought I did a pretty good job of being a provider, being a role model. I was respectable. I smoked weed. I'm gonna tell you, I took a quarter pound of weed into the goddamn academy at Chino. That's where the post test and all, the academy, how to be a cop. That's where they do that at. But we're doing it. That's where they were doing it when I was one of them. And me and my buddy, I met a guy that. Let me just tell you this story real quick. I saw an ad in the Oakland Tribune or was it might have been Richmond, for correctional officers at San Quentin. No, they didn't say San Quentin. They didn't say where. They just said California, state of California is hiring correctional officers. So I looked up the job, see what you do, and the requirements weren't all that rigid. And I had a little bit of law enforcement background from being in security. So I decided, maybe I could turn that into this. And I was right. I went down there to Chabot College in Hayward and took the test. That's where it was given. There were about 300 or 400 people there, easy, and probably more, but I'm just trying not to be too, exaggerated. They only had 2 openings. We didn't know that, of course. But at the time that test was given, they were only looking for 2 candidates. Myself and a guy named Gerald Anderson made we got hired. We were 2. What happened was the academy that we attended was already in session when we, were to report there. We joined in week 2, which was weird because it made us had to. When the academy was over, we had to still do that first week. So me and Gerald had to stay while all our, classmates got to leave and go into their respective prisons. Well, and that was cool because we got to be there by ourselves for a couple of days, as everybody had left, and we had the job of being able to go and pick up the new candidates that were flying in. We had to go to Ontario Airport, pick them up, and bring them to the prison. It's actually was the academy, but it's in the prison. And so that was fun. And we smoking, me and Drew were smoking weed, and we became very good friends. And when I first saw him, the first time we went to a break, in our first week of class, the first day, Gerald says, call me Mac, because as he got to know me, I was still kind of a ladies' man. I was married, but everybody knows me. Come on, I got 17 kids by 12 moms. So anyway, Gerald says, and he talks like this. Well, Macking one, what do you want to do for lunch? And so I'm looking at him. Gerald was a man's man. He was a nice, he had a nice cut. He was buff and had a full beard. He was light skinned. We could have had brothers almost. He's from Chicago, and me and him hit it off immediately. So so then I said, I don't know. So then he turns around and says, "Let me ask you something. You smoke weed?" I'm looking at him like, okay, now what the fuck kind of question is this? I didn't know. I only been talking to him like maybe 10, 15 minutes. So I don't know whether to answer the question. I don't like to lie. I know some of you out there gonna look at me and say, "Mad nigga lying." No, I never really. I may have lied to people sometimes. Not nothing that's life changing or gonna hurt you or that sort of thing. But I mean, if I need to, I'm just like anybody else. If I need to tilt the tables, to my favor, I'm going to do it just like anybody else. Hey, what the fuck? I'm not God. I'm Marv. So I'm debating, and I know I don't have. Somebody ask you a question, especially we're cops. You have to. I need to answer this question in a short length of time. I can't be taking too long to think about this. So the devil and the angels are telling. No, I'm telling. Yeah, tell him. Nah, lie. No, be honest. I was honest. I said, fuck it. If he's gonna tell me, he's gonna tell me. I said, yeah, I smoke. He said, well, come on, let's go smoke some. I was so glad he said that. I didn't know what to do. I was more glad to hear him say that than I was to hear that I got the job. That was gonna be the end of my job if he didn't smoke. If I was answering that question wrong. Gerald and I worked there for 2 years. Gerald worked there, I think, about a year and a half. And he decided to be a county sheriff for Alameda County. You know what's funny? The day that I received the letter letting me know that I had gotten the job and went to report, I got another letter because I had taken another test for Contra Costa County Sheriff. I'm to be honest with you, I didn't expect to get either one of them jobs because I did smoke weed. I wasn't a street nigga, but I was a street nigga. But I had some smarts. I went to school. I wasn't an idiot. I wasn't ignorant. It just happened to be exactly what the state of California was looking for. Because Gerald was the same way. He was a street nigga, but he was also like we were niggas enough to fill their quota, but at the same time be pleasant enough to look at in the boardroom. A lot of times we went right from the boardroom out to the streets and smoking dope. But 30 minutes ago, we sitting in the board, in the conference room with captains and sergeants and lieutenants and wardens and shit. And so I used to trip off, sometimes. Me and Gerald both used to trip off. We talked about it. Because that was the thing. That's part of the reason they hired us, because we were like that. They wanted somebody that could identify with the inmates and handle it, with some fucking sense. I'm gonna tell you right now, I didn't come there to beat the hell out of nobody. Neither Gerald. Actually, I did. I was a part of a kind of a goon squad thing that did do that one time, but I'm gonna tell you that story later. I'm gonna let you know right now, I wasn't with it. When that shit started happening, I backed the fuck up out the cell. Gerald and I were considered what they call third world officers, and our street smarts and street savvy, and because it's like most people look at me even now. If I don't open my mouth and say nothing and show you I ain't got no damn teeth, I'm gonna get them fixed. I just got me some Kaiser and I'm all well to go. In fact, I got an appointment today. And anyways, I was proud of that job. I thought my family would be proud. I thought my kids would be proud of me. And then and then AC Transit came along. Oh, back to the sheriff and the correctional officer. I received the invitations to come to employment on the same day, both places. So it just happened to be a Friday, and it was a report to Sergeant so and so and so Monday morning at 8 o'clock. So I had to decide which one to do: county sheriff's, state of California; Contra Costa County, state of California. Ride in a car at some point, or never ride in a car other than my own. I chose the state because what part of I needed a piece of information that I didn't have, and at the time, Contra Costa County was having they were having money problems, and they were laying off county employees. What I didn't know was that when they had layoffs, peace officers and firemen or fire persons are the last to ever get laid off. So generally, they don't get laid off, just everybody else do. I didn't know that because I would have went to the county had I known that. So since I thought that the county was going to run out of money, I was going to end up getting laid off. Not thinking that, well, even if I do get laid off, I can go to another police department. I decided to go to San Quentin. And, it was a good choice because, like I say, I met Gerald. A couple of people I went to school with were inmates. And this one guy, I'm not going to say his name, but this one guy that I went to school with was in there, and I think I ran into him because, when you first come out the academy, the game there is when you get out the academy, what you want to do is make friends and be a good associate with the unit sergeant. Well, so in the meantime, before you get in, before you are getting an assignment to a unit, you basically are like a floater. Today you are, tomorrow you'd be up in some damn tower. Next day you'd be up walking around a wall with a rifle and 357. I didn't particularly care for that part of it. But anyway, I got assigned to the what they call the adjustment center. The adjustment center is absolutely the toughest group of guys, inmates, that you ever want to meet. But at the same time, the respect level in there on death row. Because death row is on the very top of the adjustment center. The adjustment center is like a prison in the prison. So like if we had something going on in our unit, there was an alarm that went off, and any officer that was officer that wasn't like handling. Oh, what the hell? Who told him to say anything? Shut up, Town 2. Okay, so I'm not a professional because I'm not getting paid for this, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I take a little sabbatical for a minute and go over here and do this, and then that's the wrong one. Hopefully, I'm still in business. I think I am. Okay, yeah, I am. So anyway, the deal was if you heard or were working in the not in the adjustment center, you heard an alarm in the adjustment center, your ass was to get over there in the adjustment center and come assist us in whatever way we needed. But on the other, on the flip side of the coin, if we we're in the adjustment center, we hear alarms going off in another part of the prison. We didn't have to go out there and answer that unless we really weren't busy or it was really something that needed more people. And I thought that was the funniest name, Smotches. Hell names their family that, but anyway, his family did. So I liked him. Sergeant Smotches was a business. He was all about business. He had a sense of humor, and there was a personable side to him. So I decided I wanted to work in the adjustment. And plus, the adjustment center does everything by the book, and the inmates are never out of that cell without handcuffs behind them. In most cases, some of them we let them have handcuffs in front because we got chains around. But the ones that didn't have chains around, we just take them to the dentist or take them to the doctor or whatever. You just put your handcuffs on and take them on out of there after you got them cuffed. And it worked by a thing that did like this. There was a guy down at the end of the hall. Then you say, open A1. No, not A1. Let's go down the hall. Open A20. And the guy said, open it A20. And the next thing you know, the bar sliding open. Your inmate comes out. You grab my arm, walk him on down to wherever you go. I loved it. But I also liked even more being a food officer. Because at some point, that's what was open in that unit when I got there. Was a 6 to 2 shift food officer. And that was cool because the majority of the shifts there, except for food people, the shifts are 8 to 4, 12, 12 to 8. And if it gets close to time for you to get off, or it is time for you to get off, and you haven't walked from your unit past the gate, what we call the gate, that's where you check your utilities and guns and shit in there. If you haven't gotten there before that alarm goes off, you ain't going nowhere. You're frozen. You're what they call frozen. I only had it happen to me I think one or two times. I hated it because when that happens, you don't know when you're gonna get off. Now you're thinking all day, okay, I'm getting off at 4. I'm getting off at 4. 5 minutes before the motherfucking alarm goes off, and nobody's going nowhere. So that's how that worked. Well, I got that food officer position. I got off at 2 o'clock. Gates never never frozen at 2 o'clock. I stayed on that shift until I left there and went to AC Transit. I'm proud of that. I was scared every motherfucking day I went there. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I put on a brave face and shit because you don't let nobody know you're scared or nothing. And I was scared to fucking death. And funny thing, the story I wanted to tell was the first day I was there, so I'm walking around looking at everybody. And I guess I look funny, and so I decided to back up and put my back up against the wall because I don't want these motherfuckers stab me because these motherfuckers ain't got no handcuffs on. So I'm standing and I must have looked scared to death. And then they walked up to me and he said, "Good morning, officer." I said, "Good morning." He says, "This is your first day, huh?" And I was thinking to myself, how the fuck did he know? This big ass prison, there's thousands of motherfuckers in here, and he knows this is my first day. And so yeah, my first day. You got out to the academy Friday, didn't you? I said, yeah. Then I asked her, how'd you know that? He's like, I've been here 15 years. You ain't the first newbie I see come through here. He said, let me tell you something. He said, you look scared. That's why I walked over to you. He said, I just came over here to tell you this. You're safer here than you would be almost damn near anywhere else. We're not going to hurt you unless you make us. He said, as long as you give us respect, we'll give you respect. And be consistent. That's all we ask. That story chokes me up because when he walked away, I cried. And hold on a minute, Che. Hey, baby, how you doing? Oh, hang on. Let me. Folks, I'm gonna get off my channel for a minute. I'm gonna come back and finish the story, but you'll have to watch another video to see this. This is OGMarv. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support, and take care of yourselves and each other. Bye bye. Oh, I forgot to say thank you for watching. Anyway, girl, what is wrong with bite bite? Let me tell you what and girl, ooh, that's what made me. Oh, I know. You know, me and you get along good. I ain't, you know, we don't ever have no beefs. You know, and I don't be tripping because I always know that you're gonna call me back. You know, whenever you see. I was hoping, wasn't